Grandma, why are you using different colored thread?
Ryuki?
What's that, Ryuki? Does this yarn look different to you than before? Huh? Well, this one is gray, but that one there is purple. So, why did you switch colors? I'm surprised you can tell the difference. Most designers would not hesitate to say they were both gray. It would seem you're able to discern the true nature of colors. Come to think of it, I remember you mentioning how certain words in your picture book look blue or red. Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite books, since so many of the words are red. The truth is, although the words in that book of yours are black, Ryuki, I believe you have the ability to see different colors? Grandma? I'd like you to join me at my altar. Starting tomorrow, I'll teach you everything you need to know about being a designer. Interesting. Okay. Very good. Then we'll move forward with our standard plan. I'll draw up the contract right away. Thank you. I'm so excited. Great. Just leave everything to me. Parasite House is finished, and I'm back to my usual duties. I've spent all my day signing up new members and preparing to help them find true love. Woo, if everything goes well, I could have 3 new marriage proposals on the horizon. The Parasite 5 canceled the membership, so a promotion is out of the picture, but if I work hard, I'm sure I'll get another chance. Chi! Chi is back! Chi is back! When I got back to my desk, Chi was flapping around in the air. After a moment, he came to rest on my shoulder. You guys? I grabbed him and started pushing him into my shoulders to give myself a nice... Dude, I thought we discussed this. You shouldn't do that to Chi. Chi! And he struggled to get loose. He unleashed a jolt of energy that relaxed my muscles. That feels so nice. That makes me feel like I really am back. I didn't really have any time to give him proper attention while I was at Parasite House. Parasite House and the Parasite 5. Out of the curiosity, I glanced at the profile sheet of the Parasite 5 again. Cupid Corp, most frustrating members. The loved one parasite, the prestige parasite, the obsessed parasite, the thieving parasite, and of course, Ryuki, the glamour parasite. He was the one I really wanted to teach the meaning of love to. He wouldn't recognize it if it was standing right in front of him. Of course, maybe if a truly beautiful woman appeared before him, that might be enough to convince him. After all, he judges everything by their visual appeal, so that could be totally possible. When it came to love style typology, he's definitely Eros. Love is all about physical attraction to him. But I just wish he could learn what actual true love is all about. If people really aren't interested in love, or just don't understand it, that's fine. But in the end, I'm Cupid, the goddess of love. I just want people to know the joy and happiness that comes from love, and to embrace it. I want to prove that anyone can find true love without having to rely on the gods and show Dad just how wrong he is. But now that Ryuki has left the company, I'm not exactly in a position to give him any more advice. How annoying. But I need to get ready for my next appointment. I placed the profile sheet back into the folder and adjusted my focus back to work at hand. It's my job to help the people who are actually looking for help, who have come to me to find love and get married. As I was lost in thought, I received an email. It was a report that two of my clients, Bob and Jesse, were going to get married. Oh, that's exciting! We have a wedding! Can you hear the bells? Can't you hear them chime? Congratulations on the big news! Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, and we never even would have met if it weren't for you. True, big kudos to you, Madam Advisor. Without you, I can't imagine ever finding someone as amazing as Jessie. I'm very honored to hear you say that. Seeing members I've spent so much time with find their perfect partner and sharing in their joys makes all my effort worthwhile. I never could have figured out what love meant without you. You showed me that it's what's on the inside that matters. You could say that again. I remember how much trouble I caused you when I first joined with all my super specific requests. Like, I remember saying how I could never love someone who didn't appreciate the design of Parasite as much as me. It's a fashion brand originally created by Ryuki's own grandmother, who's a very successful designer. I remember his preference very well, since that caused all kinds of trouble on every date I sent him on. That's all he would ever talk about. He'd even bring a catalog along with him, asking his dates to wear this or that. But after countless conversations and plenty of polite but firm advice, he finally decided to reconsider his way of thinking. It's okay to be passionate, but you can't force your passion on others. Everyone has their own values and interests. If you're willing to ease up on your own passion a bit, you open up options and get more chances to develop deeper bonds. Ultimately, he found his true love, and as Cupid, there's no greater joy for me than seeing two people in love getting married. Now then, let me tell you a little bit about our wedding ceremony options. I was happily telling them about our wedding plans, which were a major reason we were so popular among people of Lost York. And of course, we offer a special discount if you let us plan and manage the full wedding ceremony. I have to admit, these packages are much more affordable than some of the other wedding planners out there. And the wedding spaces and dresses are all so cute. Plus, everyone we know lives pretty close to the 7th Ave. Let's go with them. Sounds good to me. I will say it's always good to look at your options, not necessarily just to go with the first venue. So, would we be able to see the space where the wedding will be held? Of course! Let me introduce you to one of our wedding planners, who can explain all the details of each of our packages. Oh, we'd really appreciate that! I found an available planner to help them out, then made my way back to my desk. Great! From your first encounter to your final vows, just like our slogan promises. And once their wedding is finished, my mission is complete. I heard the meeting room door open and looked over to see the couple on their planner coming out. And now let me show you where you actually say your vows. Fantastic! Then I'll take you down to our seamstress on the first floor. The actual consultation is by appointment only, but it's fine for now. Wouldn't it be a total miracle if they had... Bob and Jessie were clearly lost in their shared fantasy as they made their way onto the elevator. After watching them go, I turned towards my PC. As far as I know, we actually don't have any tuxedos. Bob really is a hardcore Kaisai-in fan. If possible, I'd love to get him that tuxedo to wear on his big day. I wonder if I could place an order. I decided to see if I could find any options online. After a bit of searching, I discovered I actually make tuxedos. I see, I guess that's what Bob meant when he said it would be a miracle if we had one. Suddenly, the phone on my desk started to ring. The display listed as an internal company extension. Yes, this is Miss Bug. I'm sorry to bother you. I'm afraid I have a rather difficult request for you. It was the same wedding planner I'd just given Bob and Jessie's wedding to. A difficult request? Well, it seems that Bob is quite adamant about having a Kaisei tuxedo for his wedding. But that doesn't actually exist. I tried to explain that we have no way of doing something like that. They refused to let it go. You know Kaisei's designer's grandson, don't you? Huh, well, sort of, I guess. You were part of the Parasite house, right? If it turns out that he saw you on the show, and she explained what he had in mind, and he assumed I could get in touch with Ryuki, and wants me to ask him if there's any chance of making a tuxedo. And he says that if they really have no plan of ever making a tuxedo, he'll drop the whole thing. I know I'm asking for a lot, but I get the sense that he simply won't be happy in any other tuxedo. I'm sure you're right about that. Well, let me see what I can do. I had a feeling that talking to Ryuki wouldn't do much good, but I have to do everything I can for our members. After all, there's nothing more gratifying than seeing the joy on their faces on their wedding day. To be safe, I asked my supervisor if I could contact someone who'd left the company. They said it was okay this one time. Okay, let me send him a message really quick. I decided to lead off with a casual message, then ease my way into the main subject. Oh, that was quick. Wait, he didn't actually reply to my casual message. He just... Perfect timing. Come to Lost York Park right now. Right now? For some reason, he just said he'd like to meet up with me out of nowhere. But this could be my chance to ask him if he were ever planning to make a tuxedo. So, I quickly sent a reply and mentally prepared myself to see him again. I wonder if she's been taking care of her skin. We'll find out, I guess, if he says something or squirts us. We decided to meet at Lost York Park. I spotted him in the distance, Ryuki in the flesh, decked out in some stylish sportswear. Long time no see. So, what's with this sporty look? It's a new prototype I'm working on, a full yoga outfit. Here, put this on. He's so cute! I received a special order for a men's yoga outfit to match that. Now stop stalling and put it on. He tossed me some clothes, then showed me toward a tent that he must have set up himself as an impromptu changing room. Oh boy. I had no idea what was going on, but I decided to just go with it. Just go with the flow. What do you think? I see. What's he mean, I see? I figured he'd just hit me with another jab if I reacted, so I decided to just keep quiet. At least he was willing to talk to me and acknowledge my existence, which meant he didn't think I was completely hideous. But his outfit doesn't seem like it matches mine at all. In fact, they seem like polar opposites. He's gonna need to make some major adjustments if he wants them to match. Not that I'd ever be stupid enough to share my opinion with the world-famous Ryuki. I'm sure he has his own ideas and plans in mind, but he must have noticed my silently comparing our clothes, since I heard him let out a heavy sigh. Anyway, let's go over there. He pointed towards a group of women wearing a variety of yoga clothes. They hold regular outdoor yoga sessions here. I've already enrolled you for today's session! You want me to do yoga? That's correct. I've never made yoga clothes before, so I need to see how they move in action. Unbelievable. It said that this was a good singular event and guys were more than welcome, but there's not a single man here. I wonder if he was too embarrassed to join by himself. Ryuki quickly turned away from me, but not before I noticed him starting to blush. He could have just told me he wanted someone to come with him, but I guess he's not really good at asking people for favors, so he found out there wouldn't be other guys here and decided he needed a girl to join him so he wouldn't look weird. Oh, that's kind of sweet actually, though, that he thought of us, which would explain why he responded to the message so fast. Working on a special order. I thought he only worked on what he wanted to work on, but I guess that's not always true. I'm still amazed how successful he's been as a designer at just 19 years old. I stole another look at his outfit, and he responded with a trademark scowl look. What? Oh, I was just thinking about how incredible it is that you're already such a good designer. It's no big deal. Anyone can be a designer. Anyway, what's going on with you? Huh? I tilted my head in confusion. He suddenly hit me with some kind of spray. I was waiting for it! What the? Your skin is straight out, your hair is a mess. Have you already forgotten everything I taught you? And you're slouching. Probably from sitting at the desk all day. A bit of yoga might help straighten you out. He still refuses to hold back anything. Ryuki is a glamour parasite, looks mean everything to him, so he's dead honest with when it comes to outward appearance. If only he wasn't so blunt about it. Then again, I guess it's better to know what he's thinking than not. Maybe that kind of brutal honesty is a kind of blessing in disguise. Or maybe not. I mean, I think it's good that he's super honest and open about what he's feeling and thinking. I think he could say things nicer. Let's go. Ryuki took my hand and dragged me towards the yoga gathering. I grabbed a spare yoga mat and found an open area to start getting ready. Before long, the event began. Okay, everyone, take a deep breath and stretch yourself way out. This is called the sun salutation and helps you relax. Wow, this actually feels really nice. So this is what yoga is all about. I was thinking it's a little ponytail. I look over and saw Ryuki doing the pose with a stone-cold serious look on his face. When we lived together, he always stretched before bed, but I guess that's not the same thing as proper yoga. He was looking himself over to see how the yoga outfit moves along with his poses. If I ever hear stretches a bit too thin, I'll need to use something with more elasticity. He's so serious about seeing exactly how the clothes react. Ryuki followed the instructor's orders to the letter and took detailed notes with each movement. Suddenly, he put his notepad down. Apparently, he had all the info he needed and was ready to focus on the yoga itself. I've done plank before, but it seems like yoga is better for people who want to tone themselves. Oh, Pilates. A rare observation from the glamour parasite. I stared at him, and he suddenly turned his attention to me. Huh? What now? His eyes peering directly at me started to make me nervous. I could feel my heart starting to race. But it wasn't a romantic thing, more like a fear of him laying into me again. Am I doing the pose wrong, or maybe it's my posture? I just kept trying to do my best and follow the instructor's directions. Stand on one foot and stretch to the sky, but he just kept staring. I tilted my head in confusion. He suddenly hit me with some kind of spray. I was waiting for it! What the? Your skin is straight out, your hair is a mess. Have you already forgotten everything I taught you? And you're slouching. Probably from sitting at the desk all day. A bit of yoga might help straighten you out. He still refuses to hold back anything. Ryuki, the glamour parasite, looks mean everything to him, so he's dead honest with when it comes to outward appearance. If only he wasn't so blunt about it. Then again, I guess it's better to know what he's thinking than not. Maybe that kind of brutal honesty is a kind of blessing in disguise. Or maybe not. I mean, I think it's good that he's super honest and open about what he's feeling and thinking. I think he could say things nicer. Let's go. Ryuki took my hand and dragged me towards the yoga gathering. I grabbed a spare yoga mat and found an open area to start getting ready. Before long, the event began. Okay, everyone, take a deep breath and stretch yourself way out. This is called the sun salutation and helps you relax. Wow, this actually feels really nice. So this is what yoga is all about. I like that he has a little ponytail. I look over and saw Ryuki doing the pose with a stone-cold serious look on his face. When we lived together, he always stretched before bed, but I guess that's not the same thing as proper yoga. He was looking himself over to see how the yoga outfit moves along with his poses. If ever Kier stretches a bit too thin, I'll need to use something with more elasticity. He's so serious about seeing exactly how the clothes react. Ryuki followed the instructor's orders to the letter and took detailed notes with each movement. Suddenly, he put his notepad down. Apparently, he had all the info he needed and was ready to focus on the yoga itself. I've done plank before, but it seems like yoga is better for people who want to tone themselves. Oh, Pilates. A rare observation from the glamour parasite. I stared at him, and he suddenly turned his attention to me. Huh? What now? His eyes peering directly at me started to make me nervous. I could feel my heart starting to race. But it wasn't a romantic thing, more like a fear of him laying into me again. Am I doing the pose wrong, or maybe it's my posture? I just kept trying to do my best and follow the instructor's directions. Stand on one foot and stretch to the sky, but he just kept staring at me, observing every tiny movement. I bet you he's watching the clothes. Okay, that's a really cute top, though. Doesn't match what he's wearing, but still a cute top. So that's what happens when they look down. I see. He was just watching me do the poses. Ryuki? She looks so flustered! Wait. Oh wait, I didn't read that. He actually was like he didn't see me at all. He was focused completely on the yoga pose. Yeah. But like that top is so freaking cute. I wonder what the pants look like. Oh, you can kind of see the design actually down in the corner. I'd wear something like that, maybe, in my house. He was standing so close to me, staring intently at the seams with every movement I made. Trying to match this is going to be a nightmare. I never would have agreed if my grandmother hadn't introduced them herself. But now I understand. They added a bit of extra fabric here, so that you could do this pose and have everything stay in place. Women's clothing is so different from the men's fashion. I'm used to. I've never had much interest in yoga-related apparel, but this is much more fascinating than I realized. I'll definitely have to rework my design. Let's see, maybe if I use organic cotton and... I'm glad he's so serious about his work, but he's a little too close. Raise your arms up. I think I'm supposed to be stretching out my legs for this pose. Just do it. Ryuki nonchalantly ordered me to change my pose over and over again. I wasn't doing yoga anymore. Now I was acting as his own personal mannequin. It was like that game Clarice and I played back in college where you spun the arrow and had to place your hands and feet. Huh? You're a lot more flexible than I would have guessed. Now then, try this pose. Ryuki, I'm not sure it's a great idea to keep changing my pose like this. It's fine, it's fine. Your clothes are specifically designed for yoga, after all. But her body... Sure, but the whole thing was super awkward, especially now that everyone else seemed to be staring at us. Ryuki touching me all over the place was starting to get kind of ticklish too. But with how serious he was taking this whole thing, I didn't have the heart to just tell him to get away from me. Next, stretch out your legs and stare up at the sky. That includes our young couple over there. Huh? I looked around to find the young couple when I noticed the instructor was looking directly at us. Couple us up. This is so embarrassing. Did you hear that, Ryuki? I need to change my position, so don't move a muscle. I need to see exactly how this scene is being stressed. Ryuki! Now, I think your girlfriend is ready to change positions. Huh? Girlfriend? That was enough to finally get Ryuki's response to the instructor's voice. Look at his shocked face. Oh, I love it. Oh, he's so cute. He looked around and noticed everyone else staring at us. Suddenly, his face turned bright red. That's so cute. He must be really into his girlfriend. He's not into me at all. He's into the class. Look how red his face is. What a cutie. I'm not. This is stupid. I was just working. Ryuki's face got even redder, and he quickly let go of my hand. He looked like he was about to turn away and run us away. We should just finish the yoga poses. You still need to see how they all affect the outfit, right? I didn't need you to tell me that. Of course we're going to finish the poses. Okay then, everyone, do what I do and just lay down flat on your back. Ryuki ran as he laid down on his own yoga mat to do as the instructor said. But it wasn't long before Ryuki got back up, ignoring the instructor and checking every inch of my outfit. The charm of Kisien. Eventually we finished the yoga session. I changed right afterward, but Ryuki was still wearing his yoga outfit. I guess he really wanted to put it through its paces. Lots of folks in Lazier go shopping or eating after working out, so it's not strange to see people in sports clothes in public. So anyway, what did you want? I only had an hour before I need to get back to my boutique, so let's try and keep this quick. Ryuki gave me a long stare as he sipped on his espresso. I guess since I was willing to help him out for his yoga research, he was willing to listen to what I had to say. Well, for one thing, I just thought I should check and see how you were doing lately. There's no need to beat around the bush. You want to ask me something about my grandmother's thing, don't you? He read my mind. He knew exactly what I wanted to talk about. Maybe he's used to people coming to ask him for these kinds of things. Well, 2 of our members just got engaged, and one of them is a hardcore PSCN fan. In fact, he has one wish to get married in a Kisai in tuxedo. He said he'd even be willing to push back the date if there were plans to release him in the future. So, you wouldn't happen to know if Kisai was planning to do anything like that, would you? Oh no, my grandmother doesn't share her plans with me, and even if it was in the works, she could scrap it at any moment. Scrap it? Maybe due to fabric supply or distribution issues, or she just gets bored with it. She refuses to deliver less than perfection. I see. And since she lives in Japan, I only found out what she's up to when the media makes an announcement. That's right, I forgot the brand is based in Japan. It's easy to forget since it appears in Paris collections so much. And it's so popular here in Los York. If she spends all her time working in Japan, it's only natural he wouldn't know what's going on. I guess asking Ryuki to ask his grandma might be a little too much. Even if he's willing to do it, it's hard for me to bring myself to ask. I always assumed Ryuki and his grandmother were close. But from the way he's describing things, I guess that's not the case. He used to talk about his grandma all the time, but I guess they have more of a professional relationship. True designers only make what they're passionate about. We don't make things just because someone asks us. I'm sure my grandmother would tell you the same thing. Really? But your yoga outfit. She told me to do it in order to learn from the experience. A top-class designer has to be able to make anything they want. I see. Huh? Hey, it's Madam Advisor. The door to the cafe and in walked. The door to the cafe opened, and in walked Jessie and Bob. They were ones who were hoping for a tuxedo. Oh, hello there. Are you finished with your wedding arrangements? Yes, it's going to be the most wonderful wedding ever. I just know it. I'm very glad to hear that. We spent so long on everything. We decided to stop here to recharge before heading home. Wait, aren't you the one and only master designer? Ryuki? Who is this? This is Bob, the massive Seaside Inn fan I was telling you about earlier. And his fiancée, Jessie. Huh? What color is he referring to now? I quickly looked up the color, which turned out to be Kasumi Cider, a pretty awful name if you ask me. I saw you on Parasite House. You were so calm and cool. Just what I expect from a grandson of Mir Kasian. I swore years ago I'd only wear, so I haven't tried out anything from Ryuki yet, but I'm still a huge fan. Yikes, this is not going well. So, did you find out if Kaisen has any plans for release tuxedos? Huh? Oh, well, no, they don't have anything planned as far as we know. I see, that's too bad. I thought maybe there was a chance, but I guess that was just wishful thinking. He turned and looked at Ryuki. Oh, and could you make a tuxedo for me? Huh? But none of my designs are sold under a brand. I don't have any rights to the name, and I only make what I feel like anyway. Oh, that's fine. Something made by anyone in the family would be wonderful. What? I could particularly feel the temperature in the cafe drop by 10 degrees. Uh-oh. So you don't care as long as it's got the name. So if Kagura made it, that'd be fine too? It's a dog breed. Her name is Kagura. You say you love that's rich coming from someone who has no clue how to dress himself. Your shirt-shoe color combination is hideous, and it's all way too tight. If you really like the brand, try losing some weight. Ryuki, no! Stop! Like no other. You really want to wear it, you need to learn how to wear it, how to carry yourself. I would never allow you to wear my clothes and make you a custom tuxedo, not on your life. Ryuki stared out at Bob as he stood up. Ryuki? You're more suited to some second-hand, off-the-track tuxedo. Never bought any of my clothes. You should be so lucky. Oh no. He just stared as he stormed out and slammed the door behind him. After a few seconds, Bob's shoulders started to shake. That was so cool! Huh? Did you hear what he said? Now that's what I call a designer. Amazing, magnificent, bravo! But I guess I shouldn't have said it could be any one of them, huh? I guess that could be seen as kind of rude. Of course it was rude, Bob. You really need to fix your bad habit of just saying whatever comes to your mind. But I just couldn't hold back after meeting your grandson in the flesh. I sure messed up this time, though. Ryuki was genuinely angry with this time. I should go and apologize to him. I'm the one who asked him about Kaisei's plan without considering how that might make him feel. I should really go after him. I'm so sorry, but I need to get going. Oh, okay, well, thank you for asking. If the brand creator's own grandson doesn't know anything, then I guess there really is no plan to make tuxedos. Hearing how sad the news made him, I quickly stepped in. Oh, well, all he said was that he doesn't know anything that hasn't already been announced to the media. He mentioned that sometimes they might be working on something and just decide to put a stop to it. Oh, really? I see. I guess that's not a surprise considering how strict Nora is. I'll just have to pray to the gods to bring me a miracle. Oh, Lord. Oh, Buddha or Cupid. Please let Kaisei release the tuxedo. Why Cupid? Why Cupid? Because it's for our wedding, right? In that case, I feel like praying to Juno would be better. After all, Juno is the goddess of marriage. Cupid is the harbinger of love. But for some reason, the human world seems to know more about Cupid than Juno. Anyway, I need to go find Ryuki and apologize to him for me and for Bob. He mentioned that he had to head to his boutique in an hour, so I could probably find him there. Well, if you'll excuse me. Of course. If you see Mr. Cassian, could you apologize to him for us? Honestly, this is all Bob's fault. Of course, I'll take care of it. I gave a quick bow and headed out of the caf. I glanced behind me and saw the happy couple pull out a pamphlet and excitedly start looking through it. After leaving Happy Forest Caf, I headed straight to Ryuki's boutique. I recalled that it was on 7th Ave, so I passed Cupid Corp and tried to remember exactly where the store was. Eventually, I turned a corner, and there it was. Hello? Oh, welcome. I took a tentative step inside, but I didn't see Ryuki anywhere. Huh? I guess he's not here yet. I took a look around the store, and a few pieces in particular caught my attention. So Ryuki designs everything in here, huh? Everything was very combining traditional Japanese patterns with modern Los York design aesthetic. It was all men's clothes, so I couldn't wear anything there, but I'd definitely be interested in women's versions. Is there anything in particular you're looking for? A staff member had appeared from the back. Oh, or is Mr. Kasei available? I was hoping to speak with him. You wish to speak with our sole designer? Well, what are you doing here? Out of nowhere, Ryuki also appeared from the back. He shot me an icy gaze. The glare was so cold I thought I'd freeze right there on the spot. Yep, he was definitely angry. I let out a sigh of relief. At least he was willing to come out and see me. I bowed as a way to begin my apology. I just wanted to apologize for earlier. I'm really sorry for being so rude. It was wrong of me to come to you just because she's your grandmother. Really? I'm sorry. I bowed again, but when I looked back up, he had surprised look on his face. Why are you apologizing? Well, I was the one that brought it up, so... Oh, and of course my client asked me to apologize to them too. They realized they were asking for too much. I see. To be clear, I'm not angry at you. Remember he said he doesn't like beating around the bush. That man did rub me the wrong way, but what I said to him was worse, and all out of spite. Spite? He quickly shifted his gaze away from me. It seemed like he immediately regretted what he had said. I'm not allowed to make clothes under the Kaiseian brand name. He had a look of frustration on his face as he spoke. He squinted his eyes and stared out the store window as if perhaps trying to see his grandmother in Japan. She keeps rejecting my designs. She says they aren't good enough for her, which is why I created a brand of my own. She said she was fine with me doing whatever I wanted with Ryuki, as I would say, as long as I didn't use the Parasite name. Naturally, my name got exposure thanks to the Parasite house, but it's not like I meant for it to be an official release or anything. But I'm sure she doesn't think my Ryuki designs are good enough either. Nothing I've made is worthy of the Parasite name. And then that guy shows up and says anyone with Parasite name is good enough, and then without warning, Ryuki stepped out of his rant. He quickly shifted his gaze away from me. It seems like he immediately regretted what he had said. Anyway, I doubt Kirsten will actually release Tuxedo. My grandmother told me she has no interest in the bridal market. So you can let that Kaiserton fanboy know that his wish isn't likely to come true. Now then, I really need to get back to work. Okay. Ryuki took the papers he'd been holding and placed them on the counter. It was a rough sketch of a men's yoga outfit he had been working on. Oh, and this same design from before? Yes, but it was essentially useless once I put it into action, so I'll need to start from scratch. Look at all these different patterns he's sketched. He really is dedicated to his craft. Are these the other designs you're trying to choose from? I let my curiosity get the better of me, and Ryuki acted annoyed as usual, but then he looked at me more seriously. So, which one do you like? Which one? I never would have expected Ryuki to ask for my opinion on something like this. Noticing the surprise look on the kiss's blushed just a bit. As you saw, there were only women at the yoga session today. Despite the overall popularity, I don't think many guys are into yoga, so the design should have a strong feminine... Yeah, I agree. I see. It's probably pretty common to only see one or two guys at yoga events, just like with Ryuki today. So it's probably to get a woman's perspective on this design, to make sure a guy wouldn't be embarrassed to wear it in front of them. Of course, I'm no professional, so I'm not sure how much my input is worth, but I feel like it's important to tell what I think. Just tell me which one you like. It's just your personal opinion after all. Well, in that case, I guess I like this one right here. What? The most simple one? Seriously? It has no style, no flair. I was just going to throw it away. But the other designs are a little too feminine. They don't actually balance against what I was wearing very well. Balance? The idea is that they should look good as a pair, right? But all of these other designs for the guys feel a little too strong. I feel like wearing something that stands out even more than what the girl is wearing might make them both feel kind of awkward. When I reminded him that the actual request was, he groaned and slapped his forehead. You're right. Of course, I designed the outfit by myself, which clearly wasn't the right move. Plus, any guy who does yoga probably has a particular interest in health and fitness. Our members who care about that are pretty mindful about how they look and pay extra attention to what they wear. So yoga clothes with a manly touch could work better, since other people might think it looks cool. So an outfit that emphasizes a male silhouette rather than focusing solely on personality. Then, how about this? Ooh, we get to see him sketch! Ryuki quickly sketched another design. This one did in fact have a more manly feel to it, on top of retaining its functionality. Wow, this looks great. I really like it. I see. Then I'll get started on this one. As he started to gather the various designs to put them back in the folder, one came loose and floated on the floor. Huh, is this a woman's outfit? Before I could get a good look, Ryuki quickly snatched it from my hands. It's just a little something that came to me earlier. But obviously we don't carry women's clothes, so it's not like I'd make it anyways. He crumpled the paper up in the ball before I could try and steal another peek at it. He didn't need to do that. Ryuki is a perfectionist, so I guess he didn't want me to see it before it was finished. Ryuki working on women's designs, I couldn't help but wonder what he could come up with. By the way, do you do yoga a lot? Huh? Oh, not at all. Clarice did convince me to try bike room yoga once, but other than that, that flexibility of yours is going to waste. Yoga can help you keep fit and trim. You should keep going with it. Oh, okay. Going to waste? Was that a compliment? I think so. I'm sure that's what he said. I guess that's the closest he can come to praising someone. But that cold stare of his makes it hard to be sure of anything. And with that, this is the end of this episode. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you're having as much fun as I am, because Ryuki is great, and this is going to be a fun time. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!